Episode 28 of Speculate to Accumulate. We're back again with some more football tips for this weekend. What date is it tomorrow?
29th.
29th of February. Nearly March on Sunday. 2020. Before we do get into things, we cannot, just like anybody else, we can't guarantee winners every single weekend. Nobody can. Nobody's a football betting expert. This season's a bit fucking mad anyway, isn't it? We don't claim to be experts, but we can give you well-researched bets, well-researched betting tips for the selections we're going to pick, and do our best, don't we? That's about it. Before we get into the accumulator, this podcast is brought to you by Faded Barbershop in Leyland in Lancashire. So if you are looking for a haircut, go and see Kane and the boys, and they'll sort you out. Fourfold to start off with. So we'll start with a fourfold, then we'll go to a sixfold, both teams to score, and then we're going to go back to the old school, aren't we? What we used to do. We're going to have a score on Win Treble. So, first pick on the accumulator, we're going to have Exeter to beat Crawley. So Exeter are unbeaten in the previous 16 home games, last losing a home game back in September against Crawley. Crawley haven't won an away game in the previous 15, last winning an away game in League 2 all the way back in August, which was a 3-2 against Leyton Orient. It's third versus 12th in League 2 with not much more to say on this fixture, pretty much because the stats speak for themselves.
The second pick on the ACCA is going to be Gillingham at home to Wimbledon. Gillingham haven't lost a league game since the 23rd of November.
Bloody hell.
But that was the reverse of this fixture, with Wimbledon winning 1-0 at home.
Right.
Gillingham haven't lost at home in the league since the 2nd of November, which was to who are now top of the league, Rotherham. And Wimbledon's away record this season is 2 wins, 2 draws, 12 losses, with the last win being on Boxing Day. So I'm back in Gillingham.
Up the Gills. Third pick is going to be Port Vale to beat Scunthorpe. So it's 8th versus 17th, again in League 2, with Port Vale coming into this one unbeaten in 6, winning 4 of those 6 games. Scunthorpe are without an away win in the previous 4 aways, losing 3 of those and drawing 3 of those 4 and drawing 1. Decent odds for Port Vale in this fixture at 7-5 with some bookies, which is a bit strange considering the form.
They were even better than that the other day.
I know, 7-5. It's a bit strange though. 8th versus 17th. If you've been watching this series all the way through, it's something similar to what happened with Swansea, weren't it, against that game against Stoke when they were evens at home.
Top of the league at home to bottom, yeah. Even money and got beat.
So it does make you think. Port Vale are sponsored by a betting company, are they?
Not I'm aware of.
No, Scunthorpe's always been Rainham Steel, I think. And the last time these two sides faced up at Port Vale's ground was back in 2016, and Port Vale won 3-1. I know that's fuck all to go off by, but yeah. So the third pick on the fourfold is going to be Port Vale to beat Scunthorpe.
And the final pick on the ACCA is going to be Rotherham to beat MK Dons at home. So it's top of the league, Rotherham versus 18th place MK Dons. The Dons' away record this season is the second joint worst, and the only joint with Bolton on the least amount of wins. That record is 1 win, 5 draws, 10 losses from 16 games. Rotherham have won 4 and drawn 1 from the last 5 in the league. At home, I'm presuming that is. I've not written that down, but I'm pretty sure that's in the last 5 home games since the start of the year, that is. Rotherham's last home loss was a 1-0 loss to Rochdale on the 7th of December.
A couple of months back now then. Nearly 3 months ago. Nice. So the ACCA is as follows. We're going to have Exeter to beat Crawley.
Gillingham to beat Wimbledon.
Port Vale to beat Scunthorpe.
And Rotherham to beat MK Dons. That's coming in around 9-1-ish.
Nice. £100 back off a tenner. Not too bad.
Or if it goes like the rest of the season, 0 back off a tenner.
We're not hitting the post this week. We're hitting one of these. We're hitting one of these slips. If not all three. Yeah. Both teams to score. Sixfold. Kick things off with Grimsby versus Northampton. So Grimsby have landed both teams to score 8 games on the bounce now, which I did find really impressive. Ian Holloway's got them scoring goals at least. Well, and conceding them as well by the looks of things. Northampton have landed both teams to score in 4 of the previous 5 away games, and it's 14th versus 7th, with only 9 points separating the two sides, which should make for a close game.
The second pick is going to be West Ham versus Southampton. West Ham have scored in 4 of the last 5 home league games. The one they didn't score in was against Liverpool, and have landed both teams to score in 3 times in those 5 games. Southampton have scored in 4 of the last 5 league away games, and the time they didn't score in them as well was against Liverpool. So they're both capable of scoring goals.
We overlooked the Premier League quite a lot this season, haven't we? And there has been a lot of goals in that league. This weekend actually, what did we say? 5 out of 6 is League 2. So the third game on the both teams to score is going to be Forest Green against Leyton Orient. Both sides have landed both teams to score in 4 of the previous 5 games. It's 10th versus 18th, with 7 points separating the two sides over in League 2. Forest Green have scored in all 4 of the previous home games, but conceded 11 goals in them 4 games, and they also lost them games as well. Leyton Orient have scored 21 goals and conceded 25 goals in the 17 League away games this season in League 2.
The fourth pick is going to be Bradford versus Plymouth. Bradford have landed both teams scoring 4 of the last 5 games at home in the league, and I think they were all the last 4 games. And Plymouth have landed both teams score in 3 of the last 5 away games in the league, scoring 9 and conceding 7 in those 5 games.
The Argyle. Fifth goal. See, I'm hungry for goals. 5th game on the both teams score sixfold is going to be Colchester versus Cheltenham. So both sides landed both teams scored twice in the previous 3 fixtures. It's 6th versus 5th, with 5 points separating the two sides as they both battle it out to push into the playoff places. Should be a close game with many goals granted the league positions. Cheltenham only failed to score on the road twice in the previous 7 away fixtures, and Colchester have only failed to score at home once in their previous 11 home fixtures. Should scream goals.
And the final pick is going to be Macclesfield versus Salford. Macclesfield have landed both teams scoring 4 of the last 5 home league games. And Salford have only landed both teams score twice in the last 5 away games, but have conceded in 3 and scored in 4 of them. And Macclesfield have shown recently that they are more than capable of scoring at home.
I was saying to you before the pod, it's bit of a derby, innit? Not too far.
They're both Manchester area, aren't they?
That's it. So the both teams score sixfold is as follows. We're going to have Grimsby versus Northampton.
West Ham versus Southampton.
Forest Green versus Leyton Orient.
Bradford versus Plymouth.
Colchester versus Cheltenham.
And Macclesfield versus Salford. And that's coming in at around 33-1-ish.
Nice. Very nice. Score and win. We're back with a score and win. If you don't know what a score and win is, it's pretty self-explanatory. Both teams have to score, and then we pick a team to win. So the first game on the score and win. I nearly said first goal again. First game on the score and win. We're going to have Crewe to beat Morecambe away with both teams scoring. So it's 22nd versus 2nd in League 2, with Crewe winning 4 of the previous 5 games, with 3 of them having both teams score. Morecambe have had both teams to score in 8 of the previous 9 home games. Crewe have taken 25 points from 16 away games in League 2 this season, with the 6th best away form in the league. And Morecambe have only taken 19 points from 17 home games this season.
The second pick is going to be Peterborough to win at Burton Albion. Peterborough have won 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two sides. Peterborough have scored 8 and conceded 6 in the last 5 away games. And although they went on a poor run over Christmas and the New Year, they then put together 6 wins in a row before losing at Fleetwood 2 weeks ago.
Nice. And the third and final game on the score and win, nice and simple. We're going to have Swindon to beat Mansfield away. So Swindon unbeaten in the previous 4, winning 3 of those, where Mansfield have only won 1 of the previous 6 games. It's top of the league versus 21st. Second worst home form in League 2. Only Stevenage have a worse home form record than Mansfield. And we all know how shite Stevenage are. Medal winner's gone now.
I'm going to say you can't rip him anymore. No, he's gone now.
Medal winner's gone. And Swindon have the best away form in League 2, taking 28 points from 17 games. Exeter have also took 28 points away from home this season, but they have played a game more. But with the goal difference, Swindon, even with the game in hand, have a better away form record than Exeter. Took me a while to get that out, didn't it?
Same in instalments.
I know. Score and win treble is as follows. Go on. I've got 2. You've got 1 there, haven't you?
Peterborough to beat Burton.
Crewe to beat Morecambe. Why have I not gone first? Is that why you looked at me for?
Yeah.
Peterborough to beat Burton. Crewe to beat Morecambe. And Swindon to beat Mansfield. Remember, both teams have to score in that. And the odds for that are
80 to 1-ish.
Lovely. A lot of League 2 action this weekend. Hopefully we can land. Once again, we're not football betting experts. Nobody is. So anybody who tells you they are, it's a load of shite, pretty much. But that's what we're picking this weekend. Hopefully we can win some money. Hopefully you can win some money. And if you don't want to pick the exact selection, if you're just looking for like one more selection to add to your own accumulator and you've gained a little bit of knowledge from this podcast, then that's good, innit? They can add that in. We're not forcing anybody to put nothing on. But if we win together. And if we lose
together.
Simple as that, innit?
We've done plenty of that.
You're promoting the pod so well. First time listener, he's not. But yeah, they're the picks for this weekend. If you did enjoy this podcast, hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the thumbs up. It is much appreciated. You can also, going forward, if you are watching this on YouTube, you can listen to these every Friday on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, just audio only if you don't want to see our ugly mugs. Get yourself over to Spotify or Apple Podcasts, type in Byrons World, and this comes straight up. Hit follow or hit subscribe, and you'll get a notification every week. Anything to add? Fingers crossed there.
Yep.
Well, till next week. Peace.